All right. Good evening, everyone. It's Carmen, uh, Carmen10k.com. It's where you can find me. Today it's February 15th, the day after the month, the day after the Day of Love, Valentine's Day, when we go all out to show the ones we love how much we care. Um, February happens to be the month of love. So let's talk about it. Who do you love? Who do you love? Are you sure? Are you sure? All right. I don't know if you heard that. I was trying to play the song. Just the lyrics. Who do you love and are you sure? February is the month of love. And lifehappened.org actually coordinates this month of February as Insure Your Love Month. All right. Since this is the time that we're showing people who we how much we love them. And so I thought that since yesterday was Valentine's Day and we all went out of our way to show everyone how much we love them, this is a good time to talk about how much do you really, really love them, right? And sometimes this may not have crossed your mind as something that has to do anything with love because life insurance typically seems like a practical kind of thing, just the way you plan for college for your children in the future, that just the way you plan for retirement later, something practical. We don't typically associate it with love, but life insurance can actually be or life insurance not can actually but life insurance is actually an act of love. All right. And so today in this video I want to talk a little bit about how life insurance is truly an act of love. And since we are in the month of February, the month of love, when is the best time to talk about it but now, right? So who do you love? Are you sure? Who do you love? If there's answer to that question is clear that you do love somebody, then the answer to do you need life insurance is absolutely clear. You know it. All right. So, in this month of love, let's talk about who should be thinking about life insurance as long as you love someone. So even if we're talking about somebody that's young and single, you're not even um, involved with anyone, right? Do you still need life insurance? Of course, you love your parents, you love your siblings, you love your maybe nieces and nephews, grandparents, whomever. Do you still need life insurance? Yes. The fact that you may be acquiring debt, you would not want to leave those debts to your loved ones, right? If something should happen, the inevitable, which is death, but even if something happened, like you were unable to work, you became ill, and you suffered either a long sickness and then passed away, or you just um, got uh, sick suddenly, right? And you are unable to work. What happens to your debts? What happens to paying of your mortgage? Is that going to be passed to your loved ones? Do they need to come up with something to be able to help you to get out of debt? And I'm sure you do not want to do that to your loved ones. So even if you are young, free, and single, and disengaged, you need life insurance to protect the ones you love including yourself. Do you love yourself? Of course, right? So to protect the ones you love. All right. If you are married or getting married, right? Most people that are married, they share expenses. Um, Most couples, most families need two two incomes to cover all of the expenses. If one of you were to die suddenly, if one of you did not make it home, got into a car accident and did not make it home and died suddenly, would your loved ones have to, how would they be able to continue? Would they have to move, right? Would they have money to pay the medical bills? Would they be left with just a burden? Would they be able to keep the children at the same school if you had children? But even if you're just married, can your loved one uh, just keep on paying all of the expenses and or medical expenses that newly pops up? Research shows that, or statistics shows that medical expenses is the number one cause of bankruptcy. Would your significant other, would your spouse, would your fiance, would they be able to do that? Who do you love? Do you want to leave that to a loved one, right? Even if you're a parent and you have family, you have children, right? Um, Everyone knows the enormous responsibility that comes with having those bundles of joy, right? What happens if something were to happen to you, right? Would your family, would your wife, would your husband be able to continue to provide food, provide shelter, right? Those costs are super expensive. We know how expensive it is for even diapers. I was speaking to a grandparent the other day. You guys know I'm a proud grandparent, and she was actually picking up some diapers and milk for her grandson. That is so super expensive now. We're like, we really don't even understand how people are able to do it. So most of the times when you're a married couple, you're both bearing those burdens. And if something were to happen, then how does the other person continue? How do they raise those kids, you know, in this time, right? It's very expensive. You wouldn't want to leave that to your grieving family. You wouldn't want to have your grieving family oh my goodness, I'm having um some connection issues here. I can see it. I can see it. I'm gonna hope that you guys can still hear me. But if it goes out, I'll just come back in and come back on again. All right. Even if you are single, you are the breadwinner, right? There are lots of families that have single parents right now, and so you are the provider. You are the provider not only of bringing home the bread to feed the children, but you are the provider of the transportation. The kids have got to go to dance. The kids have got to go to gym, not gym, gymnastics, right? Right. The kids have got to go to football. You are now the person that provides all the transportation. You are the person that's in charge of all the event scheduling, all the things that those children need. So, single parents, it's absolutely important that single parents have life insurance. You love those children, you want them to continue to have the same lifestyle that you had for them when you were here. So, life insurance basically helps you to replace that income. When you die, it's not only if when you die or if you die, especially if you died unexpectedly, It's not only you that die, but your income dies. And if your income dies, the lifestyle of your family dies. All of their expenses, that dies. All of their goals, that dies. So this is the way that we use life insurance to protect the ones that we love. All right. Um Planning for retirement, even if you are older, we are told you're not going to need life insurance when you're older, right? All of your debts is decreased. That's what they said. You don't have any children at home anymore. They're gone. You no longer need life insurance. But is that really true? Right? Is that really true? It all depends on what is your goals. But let me say this to you. If you pass away and your spouse is left in retirement, can your spouse survive for the next 10, 20, or 30 years without that income? Right? How are we replacing that income? Or do they now have to abandon that life that they've known? Do they have to sell the home? Do they have to sell all their belongings, all the personal treasures? Right? You spent a lifetime together working for things to acquire. Do they have to get rid of all of those things now? So, even in retirement, we have to plan for those things. And for me, I say one of the reasons that I think that just because you are older, just because you see the gray hairs in my head right there, tells you how old I am, right? But just because you are older, and just because even if you had gotten rid of most of the expenses, what about a legacy, right? Why can't we pass down a legacy to our children, right? Why is it that we do not need life insurance because we are older, right? For generations, other communities have been passing down life insurance from one generation to the next. Somehow it hasn't caught on to in our community. Somehow it hasn't caught on. And so I want to know, why is it that we can't pass on a legacy? Why can't we pass on wealth to the next generation? Okay. Who do you love? Do you love your church? Is there something you've always wanted to be able to give some more to your church, but the funds just haven't been there? Did you know that you can donate as much as 2% of your policy? There's certain policies, of course, not every single policy, but there's certain policies that allow you to donate as much as 2% of that debt benefit to your church. Now that's leaving a legacy for your church, right? And that is without any kind of disruption of your debt benefit to your family. So you're able to leave money, to leave a legacy to your church or to whatever nonprofit organization that you may have, right? Many of us don't even realize that that is a thing, that we can actually do that. You can leave a, imagine what kind of dent that would put in churches' fundraising activities, right? A lot of times, the church always has a perpetual building fund because they're trying to grow, they're trying to get bigger, they're trying to reach whomever. You may want to be able to give to your church, right? Your grandchildren. You're thinking to yourself, you know what? I was not able to give what I wanted to give to my grandchildren in life. Well, can you give it to them in death, right? And or can you give it when you're gone? Can you always be remembered for what you have done for them, right? I spoke to someone today who is, they're wealthy. They can pay for a funeral for their parent. But you know what they said? Why? Why should I use my own money to do that? Right? Wealthy people get insurance on things all the time because they understand the power of life insurance. So, who do you love? Let's use these ways of showing how much we love the people that we love by ensuring that they're protected in the event that you become ill, by ensuring that they're protected in the event that you should die, and by ensuring that they are protected even if you live too long because you have a source of retirement to come in. All right? Who do you love? In the comments, if you're listening to this on a replay, hit hashtag replay. Please share this. I'm going to tell you right now, the last couple of days have been making my heart so very happy because I think that the message is finally getting through. We need to insure the ones we love. We need to insure ourselves and we need to insure the ones we love. All right. We do not need to keep having that thing that, oh, it may be, it's way too expensive. Or we're thinking of insurance as an expense rather than an expense, a liability rather than an asset. All right. Life insurance is very, very inexpensive when you are young because you're purchasing it with your good health and your age. So I love keep to get these notifications saying, boom, another policy was approved. Boom, another 20-something-year-old was approved. Boom, another 30-something-year-old was approved. Because I know that those people, if something were to happen to them, whether they become ill or whether they died, that their family is protected, whether they got into a car accident or whether they ran into police violence, whatever it is, their family would be protected. All right. So that's all I have for today. Life insurance is love insurance. February is the month of love. Let's protect the ones we love. Reach out to me and let's protect the ones we love. One last thing on this that I'm going to share because I talked about leaving a legacy to your nonprofit organizations. If you know of a nonprofit organization and they use that Amazon Smile um, on their website to help raise funds and things like that, Amazon Smile is going away. And we have another way for those organizations to raise money just the same where it's free. They just get that link and they're able to raise money when others shop, just like the Amazon Smile. Put something in the comments if you're interested in that, interested in learning more about that for your nonprofit, your church, any nonprofit organization that you know that is looking to raise funds or that wants to raise funds. Put it in the comment. And again, insure the ones you love. Insure yourself so that you do not leave your loved ones in a lurch or a ditch or something like that. All right, thanks. Have a great one and see you tomorrow on the Millionaire Ladies Mom on Thursday Night Live.